Glorious day in Palmerston North for the Lower North Island Hockey Championships. Wellington and Manawatu, the men, about to do battle. It's great to have alongside, providing the expert analysis, a man who's already been out on that turf today and was part of a Hawke's Bay side which got the victory over Taranaki. Black Six legend Shea McAleese, lovely to have you alongside. First of all, look, the conditions, it's changed a little bit from when you and the Hawke's Bay lads were out on the turf, but just in terms of, what it's like, sort of heat and having to sort of battle through some of these temperatures. It seemed pretty hot and sticky at times.
Yeah, which is surprising for Palmerston North every now and again. No, but it was good. I think probably the more difficult thing is the ball gets a bit sticky on the turf, so you actually have to adjust your game, and you tend to make a few dribbling errors, which we probably showed in our Hawke's Bay team. And I think when it's like this, you've got to be more passing the ball and shift the ball around and make sure that you make the opposition do running. So what do you know of the talent in these two teams? Can we expect to see that style of play as the day has very much become now sort of early evening-ish? I would expect that. Having played both teams already, we had Manawatu a couple of weeks ago back in Hawke's Bay, and then Wellington in our first game, and both teams tend to shift the ball quite a bit. Both teams have a long ball game, so quite a few big aerials, which Mitch Cronin from Manawatu and then Dane Lett from Wellington. So there'll be a good balance with. I'm looking forward to some exciting hockey, hopefully.
Well, there you see the Wellington team that is going to be taking to the field. The coin toss just being done just in front of us right now. Wellington, of course, will be in the traditional black trimmed with gold, and there is the home side, Manawatu. Always a nice wee buzz having the opportunity to play, particularly, we've been speaking about a little bit throughout the day, Shea, as well, just the fact that obviously teams were building for national championships, so having an opportunity to be part of a tournament like this, just having something to, I suppose, have a bit of a release, is that a fair sort of thing to say?
Yeah, for sure. Like for me, it's awesome to have hockey. Like there's a lot of players in all the teams that are. This is sort of their creme de la creme for the year. To originally miss out on NHC was a bit of a tough one to take, but to actually have this tournament be put on and great weather and quite a few good quality hockey teams here has been awesome.
Well, there you see Manawatu and Wellington making their way out onto the field. They're being led out by our two umpires. It's Nathan Waddle on the left of your screen with a slightly longer blonder hair. The shorter hair belongs to Anton Paulin. You see the nice pleasantries as everybody makes their way out. You see Nathan rocking the nice handlebar. He's involved with Movember. Anton, he didn't get the memo, that's for sure. Nicely clean shaven. As I say, just the temperature just starting to drop. Really has been just an absolutely delightful day. A little bit of cloud earlier on, but it's just burnt off. And so it's been very nice for the people watching from the sideline. Shaking a test tube, maybe a little bit more challenging for those out in the middle, having to run around as they go through. And very shortly we will be set for this encounter. We've seen 3 games already today. Wins for Hawke's Bay in both the men's and the women's clash against Taranaki. The women winning by a scoreline of 2-0. The men 5-0. Manawatu defeating Wellington in the women's encounter by a scoreline of 6-2. Which, if that game, or this game can match that game, it could be in for a very interesting start. 5 goals in the opening quarter of that particular encounter. As the two teams get their final instructions, umpires run to either end and check the goals as well. Just the final instructions. What is being said in these sort of situations, Shea? Is it just really just a reinforcement, or are there specific things that maybe a senior player such as yourself would mention as you break a huddle like that?
Yeah, usually it's all motivation stuff. All the hard work's done behind the scenes and around the tactics and what you're going to bring, both individually in your role and as a team. And then generally it will just be, let's go boys, let's get up for this one, make sure we start well. That kind of stuff, because I think it is really important to set the tone and see where the first 2 or 3 minutes goes for the game.
Well, all is in readiness. Wellington and Manawatu both wearing their traditional playing attire associated with those provinces. Black with the gold trim for Wellington, who will play from left to right. That is south to north on your screen. And those famous white and green hoops of Manawatu, who get us underway. Okay, looking to get that ball up and going. And straight away it is Isaac Dyer, who gets onto that ball, will recognise him with that classic mullet flowing. We need to look to lift this ball forward once again. A stick in the way for Manawatu as they look to come away down this left-hand side. Clash of sticks. And Manawatu just quite comfortable. Happy to go back, although that there has been missed by Mitchell Cronin. When just rifles one forward. He's a captain of this Manawatu side. There's Wellington. They too look to just build from the back. Through Patton. 21, there's Dyer. Going to that far side. Already we're seeing the team's really looking to try and push the ball, looking for space. Nicely cutting back. Dyer lets that one roll back for Patton. Wanting to go that far side once again. Push the ball through. Reverse stick shot. And it was nice work there by, I think it was Graham Murrell in the 26 jersey. It was. As now it's Manawatu trying to work their way out of their own half. Rifled up that right-hand side. And we'll just safely clatter into the boards. It's a lovely wee venue. The trees in behind just providing a little bit of shelter. As I said, the breeze though just starting to pick up a little bit, which would be kind of nice because we've been talking about it's been very warm, speaking to some of the athletes as they've come off the field throughout the day. Wellington lifting that forward. Great one, trying to knock that down. That's lovely stuff. That was Ethan Kiroish trying to get that ball on the stick.
Shows you Dane Lett's threat, just with his overhead ball, 60-metre pass straight on someone's stick and they're having a shot down the other end.
One of the options is Cronin. He tries to unleash one to the other side of the field as well. Can't be controlled by Hoskin though. Connor says, my bad, sorry about that one. It's right where you was meant to be. And once again, let beautiful ball down to this right-hand side. Nicely intercepted though by Sutherland for Manawatu. Jersey number 44 there. Again. He's showing good patience at the moment, not in a rush by any stretch of the imagination. Driving that ball. Come again, just pull it back, let's go again. And across to Dyer. Right hand side, left hand side. Flick it across. Trying to work their way out was Charlotte. Again, another miss this time by Connor Hoskins. That's a couple. They'll be a bit disappointed by that there. And already we see the first raft of changes being made by both teams. In terms of a substitution type strategy, do you look at the conditions? Is it about the game? How do you sort of, as you're sitting there prior to a match, how much do the conditions play into whether or not you sub quick or how frequently, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it does take actually quite a bit. Obviously, with a hotter climate, maybe the strikers are on a 4-minute rotation, where if it was a bit cooler, it might be 6 minutes. So you want to make sure that whenever they're out there, they're doing hard work all the time to keep the pressure on in the game.
1 or 2. Looking at the... This one here is going to be lifted once again. That there. Go exactly where it wanted. Just about took out one of our Hockey Manawatu officials. He just lifted his head up. I think he might have been checking his phone there. Maybe if he might have had a couple each way on race 7 out at Awapuni, the big race day out there today as well. Hockey's the place to be here today though, at Palms North. There's Wellington. Looking to build. They've got no issues, quite happy to take their time, not rushing in any way, shape or form. And now they start to Push forward a little bit further. Swing that ball in. Nicely cut out. Just trying to drive that one down. That was a nice intercept. I think that might have been Cronin again, tracking across. You see more changes. You see players making their way towards the cameras. It's the interchanges taking place. Substitutions. And that ball. You see Van Verkom, Benedict Van Verkom. Miss him in the man bun. Can't see as many of those these days. The ball driven again down that right-hand side. Push forward, Hoskin. Work out the way he wanted, and Wellington are able to retain it. Reaching in there is Aaron Purser for Manawatu.
You can see a big difference in the teams already. Wellington are able to hold the ball really well at the back with the limited pressure from Manawatu, and then straight away Manawatu have the ball and they're under pressure under almost every pass.
And that's nicely picked off. Chance here for the home team. First time really in Wellington territory. And the move forward, getting in the way. It was very nicely done for Wellington by Graham Murrell. There is looking at the options. Very happy just to pace out his Dial. Coming in, can't control that one there. Wellington though get it back. Dial now on the ball once again. It's a nice ball away to that left-hand side. Try and work down. Driving forward, that's lovely stuff working down that side by Jordan Cohen. Just like the way that Wellington just don't seem rushed. We've seen things be frenetic at times, or maybe it's just the fact that this has come after. That's a great ball. Penalty corner earned as well. I was going to say, maybe it just seems less frenetic because we had 5 goals in the previous game. Gee, that was a delightful pass. And here's a great opportunity for Wellington. So now everyone gets set. I'm going to ask a question of you, Shay, that I asked another one of our commentators earlier in the day. It always seems like there's multiple sort of double-digit variations of a penalty corner. In reality, how many variations do teams have?
Usually about half a dozen, and also to conditions as well. So if the turf's a bit dry, you might have a couple of subtle variations. But with the flicker like Dane Lett in this one, I can pretty guarantee you it's going to go direct.
Ball comes in, set. There is Dane Lett. There's another penalty corner as well. Let's see how that was set up. The man in the 14 jersey just to the left of your screen. Dyer to trap. Deliver. There's Lett. Good save. Really good save going down to the right-hand side. Not our dodge yet, though. Manawatu. Getting back inside. Dyer looks to try and work this one through. Scramble. And Manawatu are going to be able to clear. Done well there, Manawatu, to extricate themselves from that one. Big clash of sticks there, and it's come away nicely for Wellington. They come to that far side. Oh, Van Verkem just couldn't hold his footing. Again, another opportunity for Manawatu to clear. Nice ball. Finds Purser. Go back, a little bit of a stretch, awkward. Firing up that right-hand side. Another ball that's just going to go all the way through. So Wellington can just reload, look at the options. They start by flicking that ball away to Dane Lett. This will go left-hand side. There's still space for Lett there. Purser tries to close him down, but Lett looks for the options, just rifles one through. No score. Over 10 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Push through again, but there. And we see at the moment, but that one's come off the Manawatu stick, so Wellington now.
Big difference. Manawatu are only able to string 2 or 3 passes together before they're turning it over, whereas Wellington just look comfortable 5, 6, 7 passes and get the ball around the back and getting more quality opportunities.
See some nice work by Marcus Ambrose getting the stick in there, and Manawatu. Wow, there's that. Speaking directly to the point that Shea has just alluded to. Just a couple of passes and then it's turned over again. It's Wellington. Dyer. Nice option, goes back that short side. Advances that for Van Verkum. Dyer, trying to get that ball to Pabu, who was charging down the right-hand side. 1 or 2 getting in the way. Bring it away through Rhodes Robinson, and then he hands the ball over. Here's Van Verkum. That's a nice pass. Plenty of time here for Dyer. And back to Pabu, and then to Let. That's a cracking pass. Van Verkum again to the edge of the circle. Opportunity to try and get this one in. Flicked over the top. Again, Pabu coming forward. Go back out. That's just the nice play. There's Let getting that one in. Smothering it. There's the Manawatu goalkeeper. Wellington again. Comes out to the stick of Let. 5 to go in this quarter. Still no score. Fires that one. The target was trying to be Kerouish. Couldn't get to him. Cronin. Flicks it away. Lifts it to that right-hand side. Down, a man or two have a chance to push forward. Stick in the way from Van Verkum. Best position two has been in for a wee while. What are their options now? To switch this ball across to the left-hand side. A little bit more promising. Go back. Looking out of this left-hand corner. Nicely done by Wellington. Managed to get themselves out of trouble very nicely there. Good defending, and Wellington will look to move forward. Van Verkum. Manawatu now with that ball. Sutherland tries to push it forward. It's been bounced out over the sideline. Going quickly again is Sutherland. That ball, Manawatu have pushed that through. Go into the shadows there. Through, comes across. Wellington, I should say, will be able to clear. Now those shadows from the tower directly behind that far goal, also as well from the trees, lovely nature reserve just over the back of the facility. Looks like that. Wellington's really swept down that left-hand side. So Wellington at the moment, probably the better of the two sides at the moment. More opportunities, putting the pressure on. Nothing to show for it though. Still scoreless. Across to this near side. Again, they go back to the middle. A bit of a mistrap there from Patton. Patton wants to come back away to this near side once again. Back to Murrell. Fires that one across. Twisting and turning. Wellington just a little bit more sharper, that a little bit more urgent at the moment. Twisting and turning is Let. Down that left-hand corner once again. Ball through and over it goes. The back line once again. Some more changes coming. Really see what you mean about Dane Lett really just sort of sitting at the back, sort of controlling. Now he's just pushed a little bit higher. Manawatu look to try and clear, they can't. They have a call which has gone their way. Just got on 100 seconds to go in this quarter. A few more changes, break for the Manawatu captain as well as Rich Cronin. Gallops past our commentary position. Looking back at the option, good heads up, sees it's a good pass, going to be dragged in. No, straight away see the apology coming in. Knew it was a good ball, just couldn't turn it back. Here they come. Wellington again, just trying to get the options. Morrell pushed forward. Van Verkum. We'll just go back. Little casually look to come forward. Thought about lifting, and he'll flick it over to Morrell again. Pushes that one through. And turning. And quickly once again, Wellington. Trying to create something. Back pass, that's nice. Here's an opportunity, twisting. Line to goal is there. Well kept out. Manawatu dodge another bullet. Less than 30 on the clock. He's trying to clear it, clatter it away. Time continues to tick-tock away here. Come to Welcome. Twisting and turning, spinning. Continues to go. There's an opportunity here. Spun in. They've got it. Took a little bit. It's taken all 17 minutes, but they've finally got to.
Quality dribble from Ben Van Workum. It's very, very difficult as a defender when you get the ball 3D. You can see that he just jink, 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 and good quality finished.
They're trying to clear that one. They've been scrambling nicely, Manawatu, but in the end, I think it's good reward for Wellington. Who gets the credit for that one? Always a contentious debate, but I think, Shay, you've got to say, good reward for Wellington. They've been so controlling, so calm, pretty accurate and patient with what they're doing. They really deserve to go in with some reward for that first quarter of hockey, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think the best thing about what Wellington did at the end is they just built pressure, and then their last couple of chances have been the connection in the circle. What you're looking for someone outside the circle, connection into the circle, and then you're going to actually get the opportunity to put it on foot for a corner, or what happened there where you get to actually score a goal.
So if you're the Manawatu coaching staff, what would you be saying to your troops, having watched the opening quarter where Wellington, as I said, has been so calm, cool, controlled, that first stanza of the game?
Well, first and foremost, I think when they've got the ball, I think they need to have a bit more control. They're literally just trying to fire passes and making a few errors from there. And then the second bit, I think they're giving a bit too much respect to the back group of Wellington, so not applying enough pressure in terms of their press, and they're just allowing someone like Dane Lett to control the entire game. If you put him under pressure, he'll become like anyone else, and he might turn the ball over or at least pass it over to someone else.
So just get in his face a little bit more. Don't give him all that space and time. Yeah. So we'll see whether that is an adjustment that Manawatu will look to make. We get set for this second quarter. Wellington with the 1-goal advantage. Now the sun just starts to drop. You see the shadows lengthening. It's been a lovely day in the mighty Manawatu. Manawatu do look through their captain Mitchell Cronin. Work forward, and Shane noted the passes really be able to string it together with the same effect as what Wellington has. As 1 or 2 step in there and snaffle one away. Now a chance down this left-hand side. Ambrose continues to run. Big contact there. Still going though, battling away. Manawatu. But it's going to be Wellington with the chance to clear. You see someone a little bit more closer, and I think they might have heard you Shay, because just a player just lurking a little bit closer there to Dane Lett, just even in that little passage that we just saw.
I think it's a good ploy. Like in the first quarter, he almost touched the ball 30-odd times. If you can limit that to 10, I think Wellington will be less effective.
Well, there he is, though, back on the ball once again, and they're trying to close the space down a little bit on him. He did seem to have acres in that first quarter. Dyer. Locks. Still got time, though. Even those players, they're not really getting anyone in their grill once they've got the ball at the end of their stick. Wellington continue to work down that left-hand side. Go back, and this time Lett right in front of you here on this near side, but they'll go back towards the left. Now they look to swing it to the right. Dyer. Again. Now it comes across to Lett. Eyes up, looking. There you see, trying to close that time and space down a little bit more. Ball comes back again to Lett, and again there's a player trying to get near him. Hurry him ever so slightly. Good patience being shown now. That ball is lifted towards the circle. Murrell's at the back. Good save. That one's just straight across the face of goal.
Manawatu sitting far too deep. You're just giving Wellington way too much time. If their centre back can play at the halfway, you know you've got quite a deep press going on.
They come away to Cronin. Looks to forward. And here's the thing, Wellington doing exactly what I think Shane McAleese wants to see a bit from Manawatu. Every time they don't have the ball, they're working so hard, getting up in the face of the Manawatu players who are on the ball. Here's Purser. Move again, and more pressure coming. Just you see how they're having to make quicker decisions. Here's Purser again, and Lett picks that one off. And he'll go back. Nicely moving. And they drop that one. Across they come the face of goal. And Wellington looking really composed in the first quarter and a bit of this one. They've got the 1 goal advantage. Bit of a clash, and comes driving through. There's Cohen. Loses the ball. Continues to battle though, there's Jordan Cohen. That far side, Purser. Just looking to come in, but well defended. There's Van Verken. There's a chance for Manawatu. Can they string something together? Go back to the edge. And just like that, picked off, and again, any kind of flow they're trying to get just gets disrupted. Come back to this left-hand side. Forward comes Dyer. And it's going to be Wellington to clear. The changes coming again. Looking, taking his time. He finds a nice ball through to McGibbon. He works that ball to that left-hand side. Working down. Try and get out of that corner now. It's still Wellington ball. Van Verken. Finds Patel. Van Verken continues. Tries to flick that one through. Head goes back. He knew there was an opportunity there. Nice combination though by Sergeant Patel and Benedict Van Verken. Back across to that left-hand side. And continue to come to Lett. There's all that time and space once again. Goes into the edge of the circle. Nice turn. That's Manawatu. The opportunity to move out. There's a bit of confusion coming from the bench away to our right, which is Wellington as it's lifted. So Wellington again. Van Verken again. Right on the edge of that circle. Stepping forward and needing to do so. Dion Spackman it was in the 37, getting that ball clear. He lifted. Purser just teed off at that one there. I don't know what, not sure what the guts there was, because he could be connected. It could have been interesting or damaging, one or t'other.
I think as a coach, I'd pull him off for that one and give him a word for show a little bit more composure. I think he had time to actually trap that ball. It was a great ball from Charles Lurich, and then would have been a nice one to have in the circle.
Well, here comes some pressure, and the ball taken away. Here's a chance for Manawatu. Good quick decision. That was made by Max Ruffle coming out too. Just cut down any opportunity. Wellington, a little bit trapped at the moment. Nice and calm. Once again, they look for the space. Get the movement coming back there. Cronin just drives it forward, comes off let stick. There we go. Come back to the attacking third. We go away to that right hand side, just driving it in, but let just came across, stick in the way. So still just the one goal in this game so far. Wellington with the advantage. Manawatu a little bit more in this game than what they were in the first quarter. Just try and work in from that right hand side. This is a nice little period, probably the best period of the game thus far. Now the ball turned over. Now looks at his option. He's going to lift this one. Trying to come through, and it's going to beat everybody there. Mortimer was the Wellington attacker trying to bring that one down. Couldn't do so. I've already heard Shane McAleese, who's providing the expert analysis for us on Sky Sport Next, point out how if you let that much time, deliver those pinpoint strikes to an attacker.
In hockey these days, you just can't take a break. When the ball goes out, when there's a free hit, you can't relax, because if you've got someone like Dane who can throw a 50-metre aerial just like that, you're going to get made to pay at some point in the game.
Ball up off the ground as it comes ricocheting off a stick, and Wellington again, this time through Lachlan Patton, gets the ball back to Patton. This time rare mistake, if you want to call it that. Manawatu just across to goal. And that there coming off the stick of Connor Manor. Manawatu. They go to Cronin. Looking at the options. He's going to lift that one. And that one there can't be dragged in by Kieran Scannell, who was cutting across. Let's make the changes again. Directly in front of our commentary position. Those shadows, you can already see them grow just over the course of this game. It's nice for Wellington to be able to look to launch, flick that ball through. It was Kedowish. He was trying to send, it was Cohen away down that right hand side possibly. Here's let again. To make you a cup of coffee if he wants to. Really are just allowing him so much time and space. Manawatu trying to extricate themselves. It's nice work by Pabu, but eventually Manawatu have managed to get away. Now they're going to come back once again. Movement. Back they look to push forward. Meeting and spinning, and that ball. They try to get it through to let. Two though have managed to disrupt it, and here's an opportunity. Stepping forward, here's a really great opportunity through Finn O'Malley. Squares it across. Just picks out a Wellington player. There's some space here for Dyer.
You'd just like to see a bit more composure there. You finally get the ball up in the attacking 20-23, and then just to give a soft pass and turn the ball over straight away is a bit disappointing.
So again, if a Wellington turnover this time, and they give it right back to them. So in terms of, you were speaking about not giving Let time and space. In that situation, would you just go to a straight one-on-one situation, say, hey, my guy, just live in Dane Let short for the next 10, 15 minutes, that sort of thing? How do you approach that sort of thing?
Yeah, to be honest, I would. Like, I'd stand directly in front of him on press, allow him to pass to one of the other players around the back, and then just Dane can't get the ball back. And if you limit his touches, he's just going to have less influence.
Here's Wellington coming in from that left-hand side. That's a right-hand side, and that's a great finish. Just gave Tim McGibbon way too much time, and he drills it, and the lead is doubled with just on 5 to go to the break.
Great composure to have that ability to take your time, set it up, and then see that Angus Griffin actually went down and then chip it over him. It was very, very well done.
Just takes it really easily done, and 2-0. Wellington with the advantage.
So the biggest difference for me in the game is Wellington key players are standing up and performing really well, whereas the ones in the Manawatu team I want to see a little bit more from. I think that will be what I'd say as a coach at half-time, is that their key players like Charles and Mitch Cronin should be stepping up and trying to take control of the game like Dane Let has been.
Here is Cronin, one of the players that has been mentioned by Shane McAleese. There's another errant pass to the controller, Dane Let. Van Verkum, who's worked really hard in this opening 2 quarters. Here's another great opportunity, and there's a third goal. Just like that to Liam Mortimer, and the advantage is 3.
So it just shows you that composure, lack of composure out of defence, turn the ball over straight away, and it goes to Dane Let, Ben Van Workum, 2 of the key players for Wellington, and they can make you pay.
Nice finish
and
by.
Good finish.
Very good finish by Liam Mortimer.
He's been good today.
I think the Wellington coaching staff would be pretty pleased with pretty much all the players they've been able to roll out on the pitch over the course of the first 2 quarters of this one. It's turned into a sporting cliche, and some people don't like it, but the simple fact is what a lot of sports teams, and I'm sure hockey is no just a different shade, is that people have roles. You go out, you do the role to the best of your ability, and it just makes the team click along very nicely. And that's what it looks to me with someone who doesn't have anywhere near the breadth of knowledge that you have with regards to this game. It just looks like Wellington know their jobs, doing them to a really high level. And the result is what we're seeing at the moment, which is Van Verken again getting more ball, causing more problems for Manawatu.
100%. I think the coaching staff can take a lot of credit from what I'm seeing out here as well. You can tell that the roles of each individual for Wellington is really clear. They've got that clarity. It's been our number one saying in our Hawke's Bay team. Do your role before you even consider someone else's. If you're doing your role comfortably, then you can actually help someone else.
And are you seeing those big players you mentioned from Manawatu maybe trying to overcompensate for some of their other players? Is that something you're seeing at the moment, or they're just not doing enough of their own role? Yeah,
not doing enough of their own role in a lot of ways, and then also I'm not seeing enough of them. I'd want to see them touching the ball 20, 30 times a half or in a quarter, just so you can actually see them influence the game more. You want your key players to step up in big moments, and we're just not seeing that.
Here is Let again with a bit of time to operate in. Wellington push the ball down the left-hand side. Again. And Berkham, that's another great ball. Here come Wellington again. Body in there, was that Charles getting in there? I think it might have been Charles getting in. One of those players that you've heard Shane McAleese refer to. 1 or 2. Go again. Let. Just again getting in the way. Doing a great job, Manawatu. Look to drive it forward. Nicely done by Dyer. Let. Looks up, flicks that ball away. Van Verkum, that's been a really good combo. I'll come back again to Let with more space. Dyer's away on this right-hand side. This is really nice hockey to watch from Wellington. Find Patel, little inside ball again to Van Verken. Can't bring it back. puts his face into the wire fencing over there. Gee, how influential has that man been? Lifting. They bring it down. No, they can't. Just hands the ball back to Wellington. Just on 60 seconds to go until the break, and it'll be a welcome one for the home side because Wellington has just controlled these first 2 quarters. Scurrying across there. Manawatu defence. There's Aaron Inwood. See some of the body language not the greatest from Manawatu at the moment. They've just got 30 seconds to go, a chance to get to the coaching staff and have a chat about it, see, regroup again. And coming back across, not a great ball. Here's another opportunity. Good, quick decision, though, by the keeper. Coming out. Clearing that ball away. Here comes Wellington again. Just having pick the pocket. Stop that and go back again. And there you hear, end of the second quarter. 2 goals in it, 1 to McGibbon, 1 to Mortimer, extending the lead to 3-0. Wellington with the advantage at half-time here at the Lower North Island Hockey Championships. Half-time is done. Final game of the Lower North Island Hockey Tournament. And it is a 3-goal advantage that Wellington have over Manawatu. You see Mitchell Cronin there, just having a bit of a chin wag with Marcus Ambrose. They've had a good long chat there. Coach Robbie Matthews. Robin, an absolute legend of the game. I know young fella growing up in Wanganui. Robin was just absolutely the hockey in Wanganui. And now passing on all her knowledge to Manawatu. It was interesting as well, just listening to some of the conversations show that they were having. One of the key things they were being told: get the head up, get looking. Don't try and send it through. Get your eyes up, and straight away they get some reward. And there was a couple of little heads-up plays there, and they rewarded with a penalty corner to start this second half of hockey.
Just brought a bit more intensity straight off the bat. You know, Marcus Ambrose getting in there and nullifying Dane Lett's overhead, and then straight away get on attack. I want to see a bit more from that from Manawatu. We actually put Wellington under a bit more pressure and take away their time to have composure on the ball.
So everything's will get set up here. It's Cronin. Big fella in the 16, got the orange captain's armband. It's going to be William Sutherland to deliver. Charles Ulrich there as well. Plenty of options which way they want to go. They go to Ulrich, and just like that, Manawatu's on the board, and it's 3-1. That's the kind of start you want to see.
Very good. So Charles in the, he played in the North v South series, which were the top 2 teams of this year as a pseudo trial for the Tokyo group, and he played really, really well. And one of his key strengths is his ability to drag flick. So it's great to see him slot one early in the second half.
Well, I can tell you right now, coach was happy with that one there, and so Manawatu, that'll hopefully give a little bit of an energy boost and a confidence boost as well. It'll make a coaching staff feel pretty good. Give the instructions, and 2 minutes into it, you drag one back. So great start by the home side. Straight away, you can see it right there. You can see a lot more eyes up just in the only sort of 3 odd minutes. Looking at the options, surveying, trying to make the good play. Nice ball between the legs. That's delightful. Again. Now here it's a bit of a role reversal. It's Manawatu looking around. Bit of time to play with. Heads up by Cronin, looking at what his options are, pushing forward. And now he rifles a ball, just skipped over the stick of Ethan Presso.
Probably the wrong option. Finally got the ball. Probably strung the most passes through for the entire match, which is about around 7 or so. And then just to probably take it on a 50-50 option probably wasn't that necessary when you've actually got the ball and can build a bit more pressure on Wellington.
Wellington restart. They will look to build. Dane Lett under a little bit more pressure as Wellington look to go down the right-hand side. Murrell with a ball. It's too long. It's gone past Sergeant Patel. So Manawatu will get things back underway. Nice crowd lining around the outside of the number 1 ground. Go back to Cronin once again. Here's that pass.
Sergeant, when you can.
Wellington get the ball back. Changes early. 4 minutes gone, and Wellington head to the bench. Manawatu won't be too far behind them. Here come the changes right now in front of us. Players you'll see trotting on at the bottom of your screen. Almost to make its way back over. Eventually makes its way there. Away come Wellington. There's Purser getting the stick in the way though, as that ball was trying to be pushed up that right hand side by McGibbon. To work their way out. The options are a bit more pressure coming from Manawatu here. Now, space down the left. Through the needle, it's a nice pass. Still work by Dial. Going out to the McGibbon again. Tries to push one down that right-hand side again. Van Verkum was very good in that first 2 quarters. Spinning and turning. Still going, goes to the edge, finds the baseline, tries to get that ball across. Manawatu. Get it out of the way. The pressure still coming though from Wellington, steals it back. Cut back. Verkum, it's wide. Nice response from Wellington there.
You can see how quickly things change. She comfortably got the ball in the bottom corner and then double turnover, boom. You're almost scoring straight away there for Wellington.
Up to that right-hand side. Cronin just looks a little frustrated at the moment, the Manawatu skipper. Just needs to take a couple of deep breaths, probably. Here's Dial trying to push that ball through. Do so, Wellington. Patton looking at his option. Goes back. And nicely by Merrill, now let on the ball, looking at what his options are. He'll go back to Merrill. Drives it down. Just trying to get Patrick Matter, I think it was, cutting across in shirt number 8. And he wasn't able to control that one. Lifted straight to let. He'll work down the right-hand side and flick that ball through. Can't be dragged in, though. Manawatu now, though, trapped in their own half, need to try and get themselves out and show the patience. And again, there's just a straight miss by Purser. So Wellington will have that opportunity. Calls coming in from Manawatu. You're actually hearing now, heads up, heads up. They've scored the only goal of this third quarter after conceding 3. Here's some space for Wellington to feed that ball across. It was a nice ball. Header has it back under control. Come back. Let just drills that one across. Chasing hard. Manawatu aren't going to be able to track that one down, so it's still Wellington in possession. To move out. Flicks that ball in. Oh, nice. No, just the stick there. Still. That's nicely picked off. Here's a chance. Working down that left-hand side. Warwick stops, comes back. Flick that ball through. That was Cameron Gillespie.
Better composure by Charles Ulrich. Get a bit of a breakaway, nothing really on in front of you, pull the ball back, keep the ball.
So looking at the option, Cronin find that pass and does so. These just those little moments, those last little things that they need just to keep the movement going, just letting them down at the minute. Looking, finds Dyer. Come away to this left-hand side, near side. And again, we're seeing a lot of space. Manawatu not pressing. Just giving Wellington all the time they want. Now, working more down that right-hand side. That's a lovely delivery. Here they come sweeping forward again. The 2 will have that opportunity to clear. Oh, there we go. Green card, 2 minutes. So here's a big wee moment for Manawatu. Going to get a player advantage for the next couple. And they take advantage of it. Cronin just lifts that ball long. Purser takes it down. Trying to work his way around. Not doing so. Wellington have the chance to kill this. To let. Nice.
Not the right option from Manawatu there. Like, if you get a man advantage, you want to play the ball on the ground and really try and shift the Wellington defence and almost touch either sideline and really get a clear circle entry.
Wellington, who are a man down at the moment, but not playing like it. Coming forward, that's nice work. Here they come, lifting once again from Cronin. They trying to find Sutherland. Look, spectacular if it comes off. He's getting more and more frustrated with every play, is Mitchell Cronin. He's trying to make something happen. He wants to make something happen. It's not out of a lack of effort from Cronin trying to spark something for his side. Wellington. Manawatu trapped in that corner, trying to make their way out. Wellington on the ball, reverse shot, flies across. Waddle. No, Manawatu will have that. Yes, gone with the handlebar for Movember. Good on him. Manawatu again trying to work their way out of their own defensive third. Ball lifted once again. Put down by Benedict. Van Verkum straight away, knew it come off the foot. You saw the head go back, frustrated he was. He knows he had that ball in his possession. Manawatu happy to go back. Cross it comes to Cronin once again. Again, he's looking to lift that ball down. It's just dropped by Jan Pabu. Manawatu still have the ball. Inside. Ball just flicked in. Player hits the deck and back play. Look to make their way out through Pabu. Now they go back. Dial. Pabu. The ball down that side. Comes Madder. Dial continued his run. It's been cut out by Cronin. Now ball looking to go down that side. Oh, that's lovely tackle. Wellington. Wide there. Pabu. Just come and build again. Murrell finds McGibbon. Often they just set this one back once again. It's going to come to Let. Well, that's good work. Though recovers nicely. The options still continues to work, still being shadowed. Let. Well, just so cool and calm. Even just in front of our commentary position, looks over and gives the Manawatu bench a wee bit of a smile as well. Just Dane Let.
Pretty hard to get the ball off, Dane. He's a solid man. So as soon as he puts his body in between him and the player, they're going to find it pretty tough to get the ball off him. And he just got that quality of composure.
Here's Wellington back inside the circle. Manawatu trying to defend once again. Wellington with that ball. And it's going to be a chance for Manawatu to get out. Yeah, just that element of class that we're seeing from Let today. Mind you, despite all of this, we've got less than 3 to go in this third quarter. It's been Manawatu who've scored the only goal. Came out of the break and scored through a beautiful penalty corner execution by Charles Audit. It's a little bit sloppy there. Gives Manawatu an opportunity through. Audit to counter. cross. And he's managed to... Oh, that's a yellow card as well. Frustration there for Kalen Lyon.
I think he's given it for potential deliberate foot there, which pretty hard to see from this distance, but obviously he was right under his nose, so he's pretty confident in the call.
Looked to me as though it was Audit trying to play for it. It's an interesting one. So it started with a penalty corner for Manawatu in this third quarter. Is this an opportunity to finish in a similar vein? It's going to be Kieran Scannell to deliver. Audit's right there. Sent the first one in. Delivered, trap, little messy. Audit's got to do something with it. Turns, reverse sticks. And the danger is averted for the Wellingtonians.
Yeah, come now.
75 seconds to go.
It's a big no-no in that sort of context of the game. Little mistake on the PC to not give Charles a free flick is really disappointing.
So here comes Wellington now. And they really make Manawatu pay for that little error. It's Dyer. Looking a little flick over. Still working through. Still going as Cohen. Cohen then tries to come back. Gibbon brings that one across. Go back to Let.
Very surprised at how deep Manawatu's sitting here. They've got a man advantage and they're not pressuring the ball. This is the perfect time to really try and get another goal back and make the last quarter very interesting.
Yeah, Wellington, though, that's making all the play. Here comes Dyer in. And that's going to go wide. You're right. You sort of forgot that they've just had a man gone down. It does look more like Wellington are actually playing with the man up than the Manawatu side. We've got 10 seconds to go in this quarter.
Particularly when it's a 5-minute yellow, you can really sort of influence the game with a few tactics of, you know, I'd want to see no overheads from Manawatu, really control the ball, make Wellington really try and win the ball and run them around, and then off the ball when you're pressing, you want to put Wellington under pressure. The man down, you're going to take advantage somewhere.
Well, third quarter in the books, and Manawatu were the only side to score. Remember, they were down by 1-0 at half-time. 3-0 at half-time, and they came straight out the gate. Lovely penalty corner by Charles Audich. So they have won that quarter per se. Right now, as their coach, Robbie Matthews, continues to instruct them. He'll be looking for a little something more. You see the poking over the shoulder of number 47, Finn O'Malley there, diminutive figure. Absolute legend as she steps back and now let somebody else have an opportunity to speak. And the person speaking is, I can tell you, Charles Audich, whereas Wellington, they'll be maybe a little disappointed with how that quarter went, but they still seem to be in real control of this encounter. Umpires have to have a wee coaches chat as well. So if you're coaching Wellington, what do you want to see to start this fourth quarter, just to make sure you can sort of quell any possible Manawatu rebellion in this one?
Yeah, I kind of want to see what they're doing. They're just playing with utter composure. You know, the big thing for me is their key players are getting on the ball a lot, and they've just got that confidence coming out of defence, which means that they're not having to defend their circle too often. Something that's happening more and more in hockey when a yellow card comes towards the back end of the game, particularly into the last quarter, is coaches are actually taking their goalkeeper off. You know, it's like something that Manawatu could go here. They could go 11 on 9. It would be brave to do it, but you know, why not?
Well, they haven't done that because they've actually made a change at goalkeeper. That's Solomon Kahi, who has actually gone into the goal for the home side. So, our final quarter of the Lower North Island Hockey Championships. Wellington with a 2-goal advantage over Manawatu. But Manawatu do have a man advantage. There's Let. He's just been real class in this particular encounter. Again, no real pressure coming from Manawatu. They're able to eat clock until they get their man back. There's Let with a cracking pass. And then just a slight mistake by Pabu. And when I say slight, I really do just mean slight. Wasn't under too much duress from the opposing team. It's Manawatu. Switch that ball over to the left wing side. Cronin now goes back centre. Cronin again looking. Want to go down this left hand side. Purser comes across, gets that nice ball through. And then Let gets that ball back to Dyer. Now Murrell. Dyer again. You can always tell where he's looking. Mullet flicks around left and right. You know he's got the heads up and eyes looking for somebody.
Just got too much time. He got too much time in the centre of the pitch to be able to get out of press.
It's nicely done there again. Let Cohen's there with him if he wants, and Dane decides he's going to try and lift that one through, but it's cut out nicely by Hoskins. Here's Cronin pushing forward. Bring that one, tries to centre, but Van Verkum's there again. Benedict's playing really nice. Jordan Cohen keeps that ball in. Ordix comes across, tries to cut it off, but it's a good centering ball, but stepping nicely through. More counter. More space opening up here. Oh, and then the frustration. I think you might have heard the groan coming through as well from our left. Connor Hoskin. See the frustration on his face.
It's a bit better by Manawatu though to tack down the left, get the ball to the right. Obviously a little skill error there which can happen, but definitely a bit more purpose on the ball.
Well, there's Van Verkum coming in. Lovely pass down the left and just scything his way towards goal. Come here's Cohen. To twist and turn and spin. Wellington still with the ball through Cohen. Van Verkum. Again. Penalty corner has been called. Cool. Came in from Anton Paulin. Nathan Waddle got the information. So now here's a chance just to redress. So Van Verkum wanders over, he'll pick up the ball, he'll deliver. And Murrell's there, number 26. Looks, waits, got the call. Dane Lett's there. Murrell's there. Delivery coming. To Lett. It's a good save. And now Manawatu looking to counter. Good hustle though by Wellington, getting bodies behind the ball. Drive it through. Hoskin gets onto it. Hoskin again comes out, tries to flick that through. That was good work by Solomon Kaihi, the goalkeeper. Dane Lett powered one at him. A nice little counter by Manawatu, but again just unable to finish that one off. Header for Wellington. And Verkum, who's just been everywhere in this encounter during his time on the turf. He's just seems to always pop himself in that right spot. Here's Cronin lifting the ball. Hoskin brings it down nicely. Needs to get that ball through. Trying to get around the outside. Couldn't do so, Scannell. Waiting, there's Zach Bunamasi.
Manawatu is still in this game. It'll be interesting to see what sort of Robbie Matthews can bring out in the last 5 to 10 minutes from Manawatu, if they have any sort of game plan or tactical changes to see if they can actually get some more circuit entries and opportunities on goal.
Well, here's Van Verkum, who throws the head back because he knows he threw a poor pass and it's been picked off. Here's Hoskin. Trying to get that ball forward. That's Sutherland. But again, good defence by Wellington. Morrill. This one's going to be lifted. Put down by Audit. Turning away. Trying to go that left-hand side now. Would have thought as we're getting close, 11.5 minutes to go. Still a few bodies just sort of walking around, not as much movement as what I would have thought you would have want to seen from a team that's down by 2 goals. That's a nice pass. Yes, Hosking wants to take on the defender. Can't do it though. So score remains 3-1. It was 3-0 at the break. Well, right after the start of the third quarter from a penalty corner. Lovely execution by Manawatu, but since that time, too many genuine goal scoring opportunities aside from that penalty corner we just saw from Dane Lett. That was saved very nicely by Kahi. Now Wellington again just try and reassert their control. Away to Patton. Patton away to this near side. A bit of pressure coming from Manawatu now, but nice work. Oh, trying to push that ball through. Another opportunity for Manawatu. Melly that's got that one up though. And Wellington, here's Lett. Trying to work his way out of trouble, and he's done really well here. That's nice stuff as well. Heads up, looking, sees space over to the right-hand side. Now a nice one through the middle. Just the great reactions. That one there. Another poor ball. Negates any counter-attack opportunity.
It's been the biggest difference for me in the two teams. So you can see Wellington hold the ball out of defence, can open up and actually create an attack. Manawatu get the ball back and almost turn it over straight away, just out of D. I think one thing to work on for us that they're playing tomorrow is just that composure out of defence and trying to keep the ball a little bit more.
So here's the ball coming across. Trying to get the ball across, I should say, was to McGibbon. Scored the second goal for Wellington. So Manawatu, as Shane McAleese providing the expert analysis for us here on this encounter, said Manawatu ain't out of this. It's been a lot more of an even encounter. Still Wellington just with that little class factor at the moment. Dyer. Now looking at the option. Dyer can't quite reach that one. That'll roll, but just the little touches here and there have been the difference. The key players, as you've heard Shay allude to, and plenty of time with the ball on the end there, they're sticking again. They drive through. Kalen Dyer was going for the little reverse pass. A little bit of showtime. Oh, and that's
sloppy.
Yeah, that's a very good word, Shay McAleese. Very sloppy. Frustrating as well. There's Lett. Gets on the ball once again. Goes away to the mulleted Dyer on the right-hand side, who rips it across. It's in front of goal. Cleared away. I think it was Charlotte who got rid of it. Van Wilkham looks up. Goes back. Finds Patton. Patton goes back to Van Wilkham. Here's a chance for Manawatu to try and break out. Purser. Long loping strides going after that one. Patton tracking back with him though. Right option there. Just couldn't keep that ball in. Good little foot race there. Here's Aaron Purser. There's Dyer. Back, Van Wilken. That's a lovely touch pass. Wellington flowing again into the Manawatu attacking area. Reverse. Couldn't get the shot off though. And Manawatu flicked forward again by Cronin. They have to go back. Now time very much the enemy of Manawatu. 3-1 the score line. Cronin lifts that one high. Brought down by Patton. He passes it away to Let. Van Verkum again. Down this left-hand side. Trying to flick that ball through. Uruk getting the stick in there, and that helped. Cronin not happy with that as he goes tumbling. And while that's happening, Wellington, oh goodness gracious me, just about flicked that one in. Did Liam Mortimer for what would have been his second of the game. Cronin.
Five minutes, still a lot of time in a game of hockey, and as you know, all sports. So
Absolutely.
Just want to see something a little bit more from Manawatu. They haven't had a circle penetration in the last 5-10 minutes. It'd be good to see if they can actually put a bit of pressure on Wellington to get a couple of chances.
Well, one thing you did want to say, you wanted to see more of their stronger players getting involved, and what we have seen, particularly probably that midway through the third quarter, a lot more of Charles Audrick with regards to his involvement for the green and white side.
Yeah, I think games like this for him are really good. He has to step up. Even though he's a young player, he's got to step up just through his talent. And we have seen that in the second half. We just want to see that more consistently throughout a game for him. But I think that will be a good work on for him going forward. He's going to have a big future in hockey in New Zealand, I think.
Well, I'll tell you right now, folks, if Shane McAleese says you've got a future, I suspect you've got a future. So put that name down, Charles Audrick. Number 40 for Manawatu, and he has really been a lot more prominent in recent times. Still 2 goals down though. Just over 4 to play. Cronin looking. Go back to Cronin. And there comes off the foot of Pabu. Actually, no, there might have been Sergeant Patel, excuse me. The headband on is Sergeant. Or two. Another lifted ball. One there prompts a little bit of a different response from the player targeted. Pabu fires a ball. That's been dragged in nicely. Here's a chance for Wellington to maybe ice it. Attacking in from that right-hand side. Good defence though by Manawatu. Now try and break as well. Bit of patience trying to flick that ball, but they can't do it. Arn's got it. Here's the play for Wellington. They go back, Let just going to rip that one in. That one there will tickle. Speckman will know about that one. Well, just sit on the ball now, Manawatu. You can't wait. Cronin knows that, and he starts to push forward. Bunamasi down this right-hand side. Zach loses it though. Wellington, chance to come away. Still on 3 to play. Come back, and here's Cohen coming forward and collecting a nice pass. Coming across again. Dyer, that ball back. And now picks that one off. Does Manawatu. They need to produce something special. And a ball like that to the opposition won't cut it. Merrill cuts it across to Let. Flicks that one down. Driving in, that's nicely done. But again, Manawatu have managed to pick it off. But need to keep that ball in play on the green and white stick. Not hand it back to Wellington. Here's Let, going to lift this one in. Hoskins. Hands up. It's Cohen. The top again. And good tackle.
Very good tackle.
Now they've got to break quickly to Manawatu, but just like that, Dainlet tracking back, another clean pick as well. Manawatu having to defend the wrong end of the park. Considering the way it started, we thought this could have been a very one-sided affair. They've kept the scoreline respectable of Manawatu, but they'll be disappointed having come out after the break, scored the first goal, got themselves back within 2. Haven't really been able to create enough. Wellington, I guess, will be a little disappointed considering how much control that they have shown throughout this game.
Yeah, they've certainly been the best team, and they've shown that just through control and things like that.
Yeah, it's a stroke coming. That there.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah, Sergeant Patel, clear line to goal, and just diving in was Dion Spackman. He really had no option. And so, the last play of this game will be Benedict van Vulkum going up against Solomon Kaihi. Trying to make himself as wide as possible. Solomon. Vulkum, nicely taken. That ices it. 4-1 to Wellington. They will have the final say in the game that they really have dominated. Nice and cool and calm from a man who has been very influential in this game. Benedict van Vulkum played really nice. Oh, maybe Wellington aren't done. Hear the call of keep playing. Little issue here. There's apparently still a minute to go according to the officials in front of us. Maybe it can be Manawatu to finish it off, but no. A little bit tangled up.
I think what happened is they didn't stop the time for a stroke where they should have, so there's probably that little bit extra time to be played in the game.
Right. That's the reason why the clock normally just keeps rolling and rolling. There's a nice finish, and they do get the final say. And that's a lovely finish by Sergeant Patel. And 4-1 becomes 5.
Probably just reward really for it has been a dominant performance from Wellington, and I think their key players have proven that, and probably 5-1 is a fair reflection of the game in my view.
Well, just watching this following one, there is Patel with a lovely finish right as the clock expired. And in a way, I think it probably illustrated to a certain degree just the difference between the two teams there. Lovely movement, nice control, good patience, lovely finish. The reason, I guess, Shane Mackley, is why we're looking at a scoreline of 5-1 in favour of Wellington.
Yeah, I think big credit to the coaching staff of Wellington. They played a really controlled and nice brand of hockey, and there was a lot of connection through all the layers. And then to obviously score 5 goals in any game is just reward, and I think they've done a good job, and particularly their key players. You know, for me, Dainlet was probably MVP of the match, and just through pure dominance and control in the game that he can show.
Wellington win this one by a scoreline of 5-1. We thank you very much for your company at the Lower North Island Hockey Championships. Thanks as well to our wonderful camera staff of Chris ×2, Brendan, Matthew. Our director has been John. On behalf of the team here at Sky Sport Next, we wish you a very good evening. Mate wa.